Arsenal's title hopes live to see another day after they just beat Tottenham 3-2 in the North London Derby in a game that I thought was wrapped up by halftime. They were up 3-0, but David Raya and Declan Rice had other plans. They gifted Tottenham 2 goals in that second half. And the scoreline is now going to make people think that Tottenham played better than what they actually did because they were shit today. They didn't create anything. The only thing that they had going for them was possession. They dominated that, but they didn't create anything with it. It was just a bunch of sideways passing. David Raya didn't have that much to do. And I think Arteta set Arsenal up perfectly. Let Tottenham have the ball, and they will make mistakes, and then you punish them on the counter. Because that's when Arsenal looked the most dangerous. On counters and on corners. And what did Ange Postecoglou do? Nothing. No in-game adjustments. Just sat there and still stuck to his tactics like he does every single match. And I don't know how you people rate him so highly. Is it because the way that he plays is attractive and is entertaining? Because he's not that good of a manager. I don't rate him at all. How do you have that Tottenham side and you're not able to make any kind of adjustments? You're playing teams that are much better than you, and you're trying to dominate them. It does not work when you have an average squad, because that's what Tottenham have. They don't have no ballers there. And this is a guy who, it doesn't matter who Tottenham are playing against. It could be Man City. It could be Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. It doesn't matter. They're going to have a high line. They're going to press. And that's just it. And I don't think it's that hard to set up against Tottenham. All you got to do is have some pace in your attack and let them have the ball, and you'll be able to get something from a game against them. This is why a few times this season, you're going to see Tottenham get slapped 4 or 5-0. Because Postecoglou lives and dies by his tactics. Some people might say that that's admirable, but I think it's idiotic. It makes no sense. How do you look at this Arsenal side? They have arguably the best attack in England. And they have by far the best defense in the league. And you think a high line and pressing is the right way to play against them? There's only about 3 or 4 teams around Europe that I think can play their style of football without having to worry about what the other teams are going to do. And Tottenham are not in that conversation. And that's my problem with Postecoglou. You can't be a great manager if you cannot make adjustments. I think he's perfect for Tottenham because all that their fans want to see is some good football. They don't care about winning trophies. They don't care about actually being a threat. And I think he'll be able to deliver that because I don't think he's the guy. I don't see him being the manager that's going to finally bring that small club a trophy because Tottenham are a small club. I don't get how they're in the Big Six combos. I don't get how they are considered one of the biggest clubs in Europe. They don't win silverware. I started watching this game in 2014. That's when I fell in love with football. And in my entire fandom of watching this sport, I have never seen them lift anything that was not an Audi Cup in preseason. And for me, they're not going to get top 4. They have a few games in hand over Aston Villa. But I think Villa are just the better team. And they by far have the better manager. Unai Emery and Postecoglou, it's not even close. I'm going to give the edge to Villa. Tottenham today could have picked up 3 points or maybe even a draw. Because if Arsenal would have dropped anything from this game today, the season is over. You might as well hand Man City the title. But Arsenal, they did their job. They played really well. Saka stepped up with a goal. Kai Havertz scored again. They pick up the 3 points. Their season is still alive. Yeah, Arsenal don't control their own destiny. They're going to need a few other teams to do them some favors. They're going to need City to drop some points. But today, they live to fight another day. And Tottenham, you could have got closer to top 4, and you could have ended your biggest rival season today. And that's the performance that you guys put out. Even though I put a majority of blame on the manager. He's shit. This guy thinks he's managing Madrid or Man City. And even Carlo Ancelotti went to the Etihad and switched up how we played. Because you can't go and play City with that style of football. You can't do it. Because they'll cook you. And even he knew that. I think Tottenham still have to play Man City sometime before the league ends. I bet you Man City cooked them. I bet you. Doesn't make any sense. They don't have the squad to play the way that Ange wants to. And I'm not saying that I don't like his style. I'm saying I don't like that he does not make adjustments. That's it. That's my only issue with him. And for that, Tottenham, you guys are cooked. You guys just keep being happy with that kind of football, but actually not seeing any kind of results that matter from it. Top 4 is like a trophy for your club. So I understand. But, yeah, I think Arteta, got to give him props. The back line, the midfield, they played really well. If it wasn't for David Raya, because that was a terrible mistake to give that goal to Christian Romero, I don't think Tottenham would have scored today. I don't get where a goal would have came from. They had all that possession and did nothing with it. So they need to thank Arsenal for getting those 2 goals. And they possibly could have gotten something, but they were kind of wasteful when they were actually going for it towards the end. But yeah, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the North London Derby. Do you blame Postecoglou like I do? Or do you think I'm being a bit too harsh? Do not forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm out.